Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gracie and today I'm going to be doing a movie review on the movie Us. So fair warning, before you click any further into the video or watch any further, there is going to be spoilers. I'm going to talk about it from my personal point of view of what I thought of it and what people are saying. Also maybe some of the theories I have about the movie. So make sure to watch the movie first before you watch this video, or watch the video first and then watch the movie and tell me what you think in the comments. Let's get into the movie. So the first thing is, if you haven't seen the movie Us, it's basically a horror themed movie about this lady. Her name's Adelaide Wilson, I believe, and her family, her husband and her 2 kids. So basically, starts the movie off talking about all these underground railroad systems, like subway systems almost. So at first I thought that was kind of weird because I was like, what is this gonna have to play into the movie? But you know, I was like, okay, it's just the beginning. Like, I'll wait for this movie to go through its thing and then we'll see what it is. So they go through the movie and it shows her on the Santa Monica Pier, which is what they don't call it that or whatever, but basically it's Santa Monica Pier when she's a child. And she's with her parents who are fighting, of course, and her dad's doing one of the games and she is standing there watching him, and her mom decides, okay, well, whatever, her dad will watch her and I will, like, she's gonna run off to go to the bathroom. So she leaves to go to the bathroom, and as her mom's gone and her dad's focused on something on the game, she wanders off into this, down the pier onto the sand, the beach, and sees this building. So as she walks in, it's just like, it's a hall of mirrors almost. It's just full of mirrors, and she sees her own reflection, except her reflection is like this weird shadow thing. It's her, but it's like not. And so like she moves her arm, but the shadow doesn't move its arm, whatever. We didn't really see in detail what the shadow did or the reflection did. But so she does that, and then the next thing, it kind of jumped back and forth between current day and back then, which was kind of hard to get at the beginning because I was kind of like, okay, is this the same person? Is this 30 years apart? What's going on here? I assumed it was like that was her when she was younger, but it was kind of hard to figure out if that's what it actually was and that's what was going on. So then we get into the actual movie where it's her and her husband and their 2 kids, and they are at a beach, like this beach lake house that she grew up in, and obviously like her mom and dad don't live there anymore, and they were talking about one of the grandparents dying, so I'm saying it's probably gonna be her mom or her dad, one of the 2. And so they go into this house and stuff, and everything's all great, and they're like, oh, well, we're gonna go to the beach the next day. The same beach where she saw this weird reflection of a person. And so they go into the beach, and her son, and she's watching them closely and stuff, and they're with their friends, like their neighbors, who they are super jealous of because they have a really nice house and really nice car, really nice boat. I honestly, personally, didn't think their car was that nice because you see it later in the movie, but whatever, nice car, you know, the whole like, oh, rich family lake house kind of vibe from the friends. They have 2 twin daughters, and their 2 twin daughters are like really rude to the son, and he's a little bit off, but I think that kind of plays into like the creepy atmosphere a little bit, is that he's not quite there. Like, he's there, but he doesn't talk a lot, and he likes magic tricks with fire, which actually, like this lighter trick, which actually comes into play a lot and later in the movie. I definitely think that they had a lot of good, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, a lot of things that showed what was going to happen later in the movie if you could catch on to it. There was a lot of coincidences, I guess, like the time 11/11, etc., etc. And so they go to the pier and stuff, and her son runs off. And so after her son runs off, they go back home. They find him. They go back home. And it's just about nighttime. It's 11/11. She puts her son to bed, and she has this feeling that her evil shadow reflection person is coming. So they go to bed, her and her husband. But before they go to bed, her son comes and basically says, oh, there's a family in the driveway. So they go downstairs and the dad's like, oh, I ain't playing your games. And so he opens the door and goes out and he's like, hey, you guys need to leave, but they didn't. So then he gets the bat to go out. And then the family starts coming in and then it goes chaotic and they're like trying to break in and everything. And once they get inside, we see that the family that was in their driveway is actually them. It's just their doppelgangers. And so long story short, there's a lot of chasing around, a lot of craziness, a lot of, you know, everybody's trying to kill each other. And the weird thing is that the doppelgangers are in red suits and with a nasty rusty pair of scissors trying to stab people. And so I think it's strange though, because what I forgot to mention is at the beginning it shows an advertisement on the TV that they're watching that says like holding hands across America, which just plays a lot into it later, and I'll get into it later, but just think about that, like the holding hands across America to fight world hunger, and or holding hands across the world, whatever it was. And so they get in the house and stuff, and they're running, and the dad grinds up his doppelganger with the boat motor. It gave me really like Michael Myers feels, and like Scream a little bit too. So they go to their friend's house that's down the road, and their doppelgangers killed them already. That was kind of a gruesome scene. So like, you know, this is like not a children's movie to go watch. I personally liked it, but don't take your children to it. And so the next thing that happens is basically they get rid of these doppelgangers and they're just fighting the doppelganger of the woman and the son. And the son has this weird obsession with fire. And so he tries to light the car on fire. And so instead of lighting the car on fire, the little boy does this weird like sinking thing where he sticks his arms up in the air and backs up the real one. And then the doppelganger kid burns to death. I don't know what that was about, but because in theory, if that was the case, then shouldn't everybody be able to do that with their doppelganger? But whatever. And so then we see that all the doppelgangers in the red suits are holding hands, and it's just a big circle around the world, which comes back to the whole thing about the holding hands around the world, which is very weird still. So long story short, they basically end up going down into, well, the lady does, because after the doppelgang kid gets killed, the doppelgang woman, she steals the real boy and takes him down into like this subway station, right? So she follows the real woman and she goes down in there and she sees that it's like set up like a classroom, which I thought was weird, because if it was a train station like they suggested in the beginning of the film, then shouldn't it have been a train station, not like this weird looking classroom thing? And we learned some more about how like your doppelganger lives down there, and like they don't get to enjoy the same things that you do above surface, but instead of below surface. It gives some more details about stuff. And then the good one ends up killing the bad one, only for us to realize that when the little girl went into the wall of mirrors, or house of mirrors, whatever, the doppelganger pulled her into the classroom building and the doppelganger left. So this whole time we're thinking that the bad one is bad, when really the roles got reversed. So the one that was coming after the family, the doppelgangers, or at least the woman anyway, with the weird voice, she was actually the real girl. So I was very flabbergasted, I guess. But overall, I think I'd give that movie like a 8 out of 10. I think it was really well put together. I really enjoyed it. It definitely left a lot of plot holes, but I think it did that on purpose because they wanted to be able to make a second movie to it. So I would not be surprised if we don't hear for the second movie within, I don't know, like maybe a couple of 6 months, maybe a year max, that we'll hear that they're making a second movie to it. Because at the end, it ends with all of the doppelgangers holding hands around the world, and then just army helicopters above them, which I didn't understand that either. And then their weird obsession with rabbits, because that's all they ate apparently down in the underworld or whatever. But yeah, so overall I would give it a pretty good review. I would definitely suggest that you guys go see it. It was a good movie. Definitely see it in IMAX if you can. I do wish that there were a little bit more suspenseful like moments, because I didn't feel like it was a horror movie though. I felt like it was like, okay, yeah, it was scary, but it wasn't like as scary as some of the other movies I had seen. But yeah, so this is my review on Us. If you guys like these kind of videos, let me know in the comments. I'm planning maybe on doing one every week and just watching new movies on Netflix, whatever, and just reviewing some videos, giving you guys my taste and my opinion on them, and as a film major, and just what I think of them. But anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. My name is Gracie. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell so you never miss an upload, and I'll see you in the next video.